Okay, this is another of our hardy palms. This one is more of a non-trunking palm, or at least that's what the books say. This is the Southeast native needle palm, which is only native in North Florida and adjacent areas, a little bit into South Carolina, a little bit into Georgia, and a little bit into Alabama. Where it grows in the wild, it grows in swamps in standing water. It's an incredibly tough plant. We have it planted here in a very dry section of garden where it's been for almost 40 years and looking absolutely fine. The books say it doesn't trunk. In reality, it does trunk. It just takes a human lifetime to trunk. So this one being about 38 years old, we now have probably a 4-foot trunk on that. Now it's called needle palm because the common name is really hard to pronounce. Rhapidophyllum hystrix. It's a long name. But if you look, you can actually pull the, well, I broke one off. You can pull the needles out. So these are like knitting needles. They're very sharp on the tip. And they're designed to keep the seed safe because this plant forms its seed and holds them very close up here to the trunk. I'm just looking to see if I see any seed today, and I don't believe I do. But it realizes that critters are going to try to get in here, usually mice and things like that, to eat the seed. And what does it do? It punches their eye out, and they can't see the seed anymore. So it's a great defense mechanism. Now, these come in 2 forms. Now, we raise them from seed, so you never know what you're going to get. This would be called a solitary form. This has no offsets. These have not been removed. It just doesn't have any. The more typical form, which we'll look at, has hundreds of offsets, and you can actually chop those off if you're brave enough and transplant those. But this is the more rare form with no offsets. Now in the wild, this is extremely hardy, and actually in the gardens as well. In the wild, it never gets very cold, but this is the hardiest palm in existence. These have been documented once established to go through minus 15 degrees Fahrenheit up to maybe minus 20. Now they can't do that every year, but they can tolerate a one-time event. That's pretty incredible for a palm from Florida. And this is a clustering form of the needle palm. This is far more normal when you grow them from seed. So this is the same as the one we looked at earlier, except it has literally dozens and dozens of offsets. So again, if you're brave enough, you can take like a bamboo shovel and go into the base, and you can just chop these off. It's not easy. I'm not going to tell you it is, but you can chop those off and transplant them. Like any palm, you don't want to plant them in the fall. If you buy one in the fall, grow it as a house plant during the winter in a larger pot, get it up some size, and then plant it out in spring. Also, growing them in full sun, you get a lot more compact growth, where on the one we have in shade is a much more open, elegant plant. So very different forms just based on where you grow it.